श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय। बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
जय। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। रीना जी कैसे हैं आप?
बस ठीक है। हरे कृष्णा भैया। हरे कृष्णा अनिल जी।
हरे कृष्णा।
बस लॉन्ग वीकेंड में कहाँ गए बाहर?
पास ही चला था, मिट्टू के पास गए थे बस।
अच्छा, मिट्टू कहाँ है अभी?
मिट्टू डैलस में है भैया।
ओह अच्छा।
या
ओके, क्या समर इंटर्नशिप कर रहे हैं?
या
नाइस नाइस।
आप लोग का कैसा रहा अभी वीकेंड और लॉन्ग
क्या
वीकेंड?
क्या
वेरी लॉन्ग।
हाँ तो एक हम लोग भी कैलिफोर्निया चले गए थे तो
अच्छा अच्छा।
या, अनिल जी भी ऑल्बनी चले गए थे तो आई थिंक वी आर ऑल ट्रेवलिंग।
वेरी बताओ। यस।
या सो कोई नहीं, वील स्टार्ट करते हैं वापस से अपना। एंड वी आर ऑन कैंटो 8, है ना, 8वें स्कंद में है हम लोग। एंड वी आर रीडिंग 5th चैप्टर। 4 चैप्टर हमने, 4 अध्याय कंप्लीट करे, 5th अध्याय पढ़ रहे हैं। और जैसा कि हम देख रहे थे स्टार्टिंग से इस स्कंद में मनुवंतर की काफी बातें हो रही है। परीक्षित महाराज सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी को बोल रहे हैं कि जैसा आपने श्यामभू मनु के बारे में बताया था पुराने स्कंद में, वैसे ही वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड ईच मनुवंतर, राइट। जैसा कि हम लोगों ने देखा है 14 मनुज इन वन डे ऑफ लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा। वी आर ऑन द 7th मनुवंतर राइट नाउ, विच इज व्यवस्वत मनु। हमारे पहले 6 मनु हो चुके हैं एंड वी आर ऑन द 7th मनु, विच इज हाफ वे थ्रू वन डे ऑफ लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा, which is how long is one day of Lord Brahma? याद है?
4,320,000,000.
Yeah, 32 million. Yeah, 4 billion 32 million years is one day of Lord Brahma. उसमें 14 मनु होते हैं, 14 manus. So you can split the time. And each manu has 71 yug cycles. Each yug cycle is a cycle of Kali Yug, Dwapar Yug, Treta Yug, Satyug, and then something. And so that like that 71 cycles in one manu's avatar, and then of course 14 manus appear in one day of Lord Brahma. तो इस तरह से पूछ रहे थे तो सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी ने डिस्क्राइब किया, राइट, कि श्यामभू मनु थे, सेकेंड मनु थे स्वरोचिसा या स्वरोचिष मनु जो अग्निदेव के पुत्र हैं, राइट। देन वी हैड थर्ड मनु उत्तम जो प्रियव्रत महाराज के पुत्र है। प्रियव्रत महाराज वो सन ऑफ श्यामभू मनु। Shwambhu Manu is son of Shwambhu, which is Lord Brahma himself. Yeah. So we saw that third Manu was Uttam. Then fourth Manu is Tamas. And Tamas के टाइम पे हमने देखा कि गजेंद्र मोक्ष की स्टोरी हमने पढ़ी, राइट। तो कैसे गजेंद्र स्तुति करते हैं भगवान की एंड कैसे गजेंद्र मोक्ष होती है, और बहुत ही सुंदर स्तुति हमने उसमें पढ़ी। उसके बाद में फिफ्थ मनु होते हैं, इनका नाम रेवत मनु है। रेवत मनु इज ऑल्सो ब्रदर ऑफ Tamas Manu himself, so son of Priyavrat Maharaj. फिर सिक्स्थ मनु जो चाक्षुष मनु, तो सिक्स्थ मनु इज चाक्षुष मनु, son of चक्षु। एंड वी आर रीडिंग एक्चुअली अबाउट सिक्स्थ मनु राइट नाउ, राइट। और सिक्स्थ मनु में अमृत मंथन, जो समुद्र मंथन होता है जिसमें से अमृत निकलता है ना, भगवान जो कछुआ अवतार लेते हैं उसके बारे में सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी बोल रहे थे। एंड तभी परीक्षित महाराज वांटेड टू नो दैट इन मोर डिटेल। सो इन दैट मनुअंतर, चाक्षुष मनुअंतर, वी आर एक्चुअली रीडिंग अबाउट व्हाट हैपेंड ड्यूरिंग समुद्र मंथन। तो हम लोग जैसा पढ़ रहे थे इस अध्याय में, एट दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम जब दुर्वासा मुनि का श्राप देवताओं को लगा था, देवताज दे लोस्ट देयर कैपेसिटी, राक्षस लोगों ने काफी उस पे देवता लोग और सभी लोगों में उन्होंने अपना अधिकार जमा लिया। एंड द देवताज हैड नोवेयर टू गो। तो उस समय सारे देवता गण सुमेर पर्वत के वहां लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा जी के पास आते हैं और लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा जी की स्तुति करते हैं। और फिर लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा जी सबको, लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा जी ध्यान करते हैं विष्णु भगवान का, और फिर सबको बोल रहे हैं कि लेट्स गो टू लॉर्ड विष्णु और उन्हीं से हम प्रार्थना करेंगे टू फिक्स ऑल द इश्यूज देवताज आर गोइंग थ्रू, राइट। तो हम लोग वो पढ़ रहे थे। तो उसमें फिर ब्रह्मा जी सब देवताओं के साथ साथ क्षीर सागर में जाते हैं, या ओशियन ऑफ मिल्क, वहां पर जाते हैं और वहां पर भगवान विष्णु की जो प्रार्थना करते हैं वो प्रार्थना हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं। बहुत ही सुंदर प्रार्थना स्तुति लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा ने भगवान विष्णु की करी है, राइट। तो वो हम लोग पढ़ेंगे अभी। तो इसमें ब्रह्मा जी देवता गण को सबको बता रहे हैं, ये श्लोक हमने पढ़ा था लास्ट टाइम, which says that now is the time to invoke the mode of goodness of the living entities who have accepted material bodies. Yeah, the mode of goodness is meant to establish the supreme Lord's rule, which will maintain the existence of the creation. Therefore, this is the opportune moment to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he is naturally very kind and dear to the demigods. He will certainly bestow good fortune upon us. तो उस समय ब्रह्मा जी सब देवताओं को बता रहे हैं, और उसके पहले श्लोक में हमने, आपको याद होगा, तो बता रहे हैं कि भगवान सम है, सुप्रीम पर्सनैलिटी ऑफ गॉड है, उनको कोई मित्र दुश्मन कुछ नहीं, सबके प्रति समभाव है। लेकिन ऐसा कहा गया है कि टाइम टू टाइम भगवान सतोगुण को प्रिजर्व करने के लिए, राइट, धर्म को प्रिजर्व करने के लिए अवतार लेते हैं और हेल्प करते हैं। तो इस समय दिस इज व्हाट ब्रह्मा जी सेइंग कि स्थित पालन क्षण है, लाइक दिस इज द टाइम कि वी वांट टू मेक श्योर कि द मोड ऑफ गुडनेस प्रिवेल्स। या सत्वम जुसानस्य भवाय देही नाम। सो जो लोग मेटेरियल वर्ल्ड में हैं, सतोगुण से एसोसिएटेड है, दैट रूल शुड प्रिवेल। उसके लिए हमें क्या करना है? तस्मात व्रजाम है शरणम जगत गुरु। सो ब्रह्मा जी सब देवताओं को बता रहे हैं कि शरणम जगत गुरुम, जगत गुरुम इज द सुप्रीम पर्सनैलिटी ऑफ गॉड हेड। एंड देन ब्रह्मा जी सेइंग सूर्य प्रिय है, सब भगवान को सारे देवता सब प्रिय हैं, तो इसलिए वो जरूर अपनी आवाज सुनेंगे। सो ही इज सेइंग that he will certainly bestow good fortune upon us. So, वो ब्रह्मा जी और देवतागण सब भगवान विष्णु के पास जाने के लिए तैयार होते हैं। तो I don't remember if you read the purport, but it's very nice purport. So let's read this. पढ़ते हैं अनिल जी।
The material world is conducted by the three modes of nature, namely Sattva-guna, Rajo-guna, and Tamo-guna. By Rajo-guna, everything material is created. By Sattva-guna, everything material is maintained properly. And by Tamo-guna, when the creation is improperly situated, everything is destroyed. From this verse, we can understand the situation of Kali Yuga through which we are now passing. Just before the beginning of Kali Yuga, or in other words, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, Lord Sri Krishna appeared and left his instructions in the form of Bhagavad Gita, in which he asked all living entities to surrender unto him. Since the beginning of Kali Yuga, however, people have practically been unable to surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna, and therefore, after some 5,000 years, Krishna came again as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just teach the entire world how to surrender unto him, unto Sri Krishna, and thus be purified. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, came to give us that Maha Mantra so people can surrender to Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah. Reena ji? Sure.
Surrendering unto the latest state of Krishna means achieving complete purification. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mama Ekam Saranam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Pape Bhayo Mokshayashyami Masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Thus, as soon as one surrenders unto the Lord of Krishna, one certainly becomes from all contamination. Kali Yuga is full of contamination. This is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.51. Can you hear me? Yeah, there you go. Kalir Dosha Nidhi Rajan Asti Hai Eko Mahan Guna Kirtanad Eva Krishna Syamurta Sangha Param Ujad. This age of Kali is full of unlimited faults. Indeed, it is just like an ocean of faults, Doshanidhi. But there is one chance, one opportunity. Kirtanad Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vijay. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one can be freed from the contamination of Kali Yuga and in his original spiritual body can return home back to Godhead. This is the opportunity of Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Sure. So basically, as we can see, right, end of the Treta Yuga, in Bhagavad Gita, we have read this again and again, 18.66. We should remember this shlok, 18.66, right? We have heard it many times. Sarva Dharman Paritajya. Yeah, abandon all variety of religion. And this religion here doesn't mean Hindu, Muslim and all that. This religion means like every other duty which you are trying to think through and do it. How do you do it? Do it by Mam Ekam Sharanam Vrijay. Yeah, just to surrender unto me. Every work we are doing, surrender unto Lord Shri Krishna, and that we have seen how to do that by doing the devotional service, right? 9 different ways of doing the devotional service. And what Shri Krishna is saying is, if you do that, Sarva Dharman Paritajya Mam Ekam Shanam Vijay, then Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshiya Shami Masuchay. Yeah. And do not fear, you should get the moksha, is what Lord Shri Krishna himself is saying. And then in Kali Yuga, what is mentioned here is, that's where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back and he gave the message of surrendering to Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah. And again, a nice purport, and keep reading. Anilji?
Yeah. When Krishna appeared, he gave his orders, and when Krishna himself appeared as a devotee, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he showed us the path by which to cross the ocean of Kali Yuga. That is the path of the Hare Krishna movement. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he ushered in the era for this Sankirtan movement. It is also said that for 10,000 years this era will continue. This means that simply by accepting the Sankirtan movement and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the fallen souls of this Kali Yuga will be delivered. After the battle of Kurukshetra, at which Bhagavad Gita was spoken, Kali Yuga continues for 432,000 years, of which only 5,000 years have passed. Thus, there is still a balance of 427,000 years to come. Of these 427,000 years, the 10,000 years of the Sankirtan movement, inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago, provide the opportunity for the fallen souls of Kali Yuga to take to the Krishna consciousness movement, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and thus be delivered from the clutches of material existence and return home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so many important things mentioned here, right? One is, we have seen the Yuga cycle, Kali Yuga, right? Kali Yuga is, as we know, right, 432,000 years. Right? That's the duration of a Kali Yuga. And then we have seen Treta Yuga is 864,000, and then Dwapar Yuga is 1.2 million, and then Satyuga is 1.6 million something. The whole Yuga cycle is around 4.32 million years, right? But what is mentioned is Kali Yuga 432,000 years, only 5,000 years have passed. Yeah, that's when Lord Krishna appeared. And 427,000 years are yet to come. But the other important part which is mentioned is the 10,000 years of the Sankirtan movement. The Sankirtan movement, which is started by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is going to last for 10,000 years, is what is mentioned here. And in Kali Yuga, there is no other way. It says that it's the way is to chant and take the name of Lord Shri Krishna is the only way to purify yourself and go back to Godhead. See, in other yugas, right, Dwapar Yuga and like especially Satyuga, Treta, different ways existed. Like people could do tapasya for 10,000 years, right? They could do all these havans in a proper paddhati and all those things. All those things not being possible in Kali Yuga, the simplest way is provided in Kali Yuga, right? Which is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's what is mentioned here. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Sachin.
Hare Krishna. Chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is potent always, but it is especially potent in this age of Kali. Therefore, Sukhdev Goswami, while instructing Maharaj Parikshit, stressed this chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Kale dosha nidhe rajan asti ya eko mahan guna kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajet. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Bhagavad Gita 12.3.51. Those who have accepted the task of spreading the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in full Krishna consciousness should take this opportunity to deliver people very easily from the clutches of material existence. Our duty, therefore, is to follow the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and preach the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world very sincerely. This is the best welfare activity for the peace and prosperity of human society. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So like even while speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, right? This is in the Bhagavatam Canto 12, right? 12th book, which we will get at some point. We are on 8th book right now, right? This is where Sukhdev Goswami Ji has told Parikshit Maharaj that Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Yeah, Krishna Bhagwan's Kirtan, chanting of the mantra, is one good quality of this Kali Yuga, that will free one from material bondage and then promote it to the transcendental kingdom. Yeah. Rinaji?
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement consists of spreading Krishna Sankirtana. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glory is to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana. Why is it so glorious? This has also been explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Cheto Darpan Marjanam. By the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one's heart is cleansed. The whole difficulty is that in this age of Kali, there is no Sattva-guna and no clearance of the heart, and therefore people are making the mistake of identifying with their bodies. Even the big philosophers and scientists with whom we deal are practically all under the impression that they are their bodies. The other day, we were discussing a prominent philosopher, Thomas Huxley, who was proud of being an Englishman. This means that he was in the bodily conception of life. Everywhere we find this same misunderstanding. As soon as one is in the bodily conception of life, one is nothing but an animal like a cat or a dog. Saeva go khara. Thus, the most dangerous of the dirty things within our heart is this misidentification of the body as the self. Under the influence of this misunderstanding, one thinks, I am this body, I am an Englishman, I am an Indian, I am an American, I am a Hindu, I am Muslim. This misconception is the strongest impediment and it must be removed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So it's just the bodily conception which we see, and that's the instruction given in Bhagavad Gita and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Bhagavad Gita also we have read this, right? Dehino ismin yatha dehe kumaram yonam jara tatha dehantar praptir dhiras tatra na muhayati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body, from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Right? So, we have read. So now we'll continue reading from Shlok 24. Anilji?
Shri Shuka Uvacha Ityaabhasya Suran Vedha Sah Devairarindamam Ajitasya Padam Sakshaj Gam Tamsah Param. O Maharaj Parikshit, subduer of all enemies, after Lord Brahma finished speaking to the demigods, he took them with him to the abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is beyond this material world. The Lord's abode is on an island called Sweta Dvipa, which is situated in the ocean of milk. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so then Lord Brahmaji takes all the devatas, because devatas are trying to figure out what to do, right? Defeated by all the demons. So they go to Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Tamasah Param. Says one who is beyond this material world. Tamasah Param. Ajitasya. Yeah, Ajit is the name of Lord Vishnu in 6th Manvantar. Chakshush Manu's Manvantar. Yeah. And again, a nice purpose. Let's just see this para, Rinaji.
Maharaj Parikshit is addressed here as Arindama, subduer of all enemies. Not only do we have enemies outside of our bodies, but within our bodies there are many enemies, such as lusty desires, anger, and greed. Maharaj Parikshit is specifically addressed as Arindam because in his political life he was able to subdue all kinds of enemies. And even though he was a young king, as soon as he heard that he was going to die within 7 days, he immediately left his kingdom. He did not follow the dictates of enemies within his body, such as lust, greed, and anger. He was not at all angry with the Muni's son who had cursed him. Rather, he accepted the curse and prepared for his death in the association of Sukadeva Goswami. Death is inevitable. No one can surpass the force of death. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit, with while fully alive, wanted to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. He is consequently addressed here as Arindam. Another word, Surpriya, is also significant. Although Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is equal toward everyone, he is especially inclined toward his devotees. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi tesu chapi aham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So first of all, we remember Parikshit Maharaj's story. If you go back, right? This is how Parikshit Maharaj, and then he got the curse that he will, he will leave his body in 7 days. So how he prepared was he left everything and then wanted to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's what Sukadeva Goswamiji was reciting to Parikshit Maharaj. And also it's mentioned, the other thing is Surya. Lord Krishna, even though he is equal towards everyone, right? Some bhav towards everyone, he is especially inclined towards his devotees, right? So even though he is equal, he has special attention for his devotees, is what is mentioned here. Sachin?
Tatra drushta swarupaya shruta purvaya vai prabhu stutim bhuta devi vigarbhi stava vahi tendriya. There at Shvetadvipa, Lord Brahma offered prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even though he had never seen the Supreme Lord, simply because Lord Brahma had heard about the Supreme Personality of Godhead from Vedic literature. With a fixed mind, he offered the Lord prayers as written or approved by Vedic literature. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shri Brahmavacha Vikriyam Satyam Anantam Madhyam Guhashayam Nishkalam Pratarkyarma Manoagriyanam Vachasani Ruktam Namamahe Devvaram Varenyam. Lord Brahma said, O Supreme Lord, O changeless, unlimited Supreme Truth, you are the origin of everything. Being all-pervading, you are in everyone's heart and also in the atom. You have no material qualities. Indeed, you are inconceivable. The mind cannot catch you by speculation, and words fail to describe you. You are the supreme master of everyone, and therefore you are worshipable for everyone. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. हाँ, सो लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा जी सब देवताओं के साथ क्षीर सागर में जाते हैं, श्वेत द्वीप, एंड वहां पर ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे हैं लॉर्ड विष्णु को, राइट? ही इज सेइंग ही इज अविक्रियम सत्यम अनंतम आद्यम, या changeless, right? He doesn't change, right? Like we keep changing, but there's no change in Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unlimited Supreme Truth, Satyam, and Adhyam is the origin of everything, right? And says, Guha Asayam Nishkalam. So he says he's in everyone's heart, but Niskriyam is no material qualities. He is not impacted by all these material qualities. He is inconceivable, right? It's mentioned here. And Vachsa Niruktam. It cannot be described by, right? Words fail to describe you. So what Lord Brahma is saying is Namam Ahe, yeah, Dev Varam Varenyam. So Varenyam is worshipable for everyone. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Yeah. And again, it's an important purport. Let's read from here. Anilji.
Because the Lord is situated in everyone's heart and the individual living entity is not, never should the individual living entity be equal with the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 15.15, the Lord says, Sarvasya Chaham Hradi Sanni Vistaha. I am situated in everyone's heart. This does not mean, however, that everyone is equal to the Lord. In the Shruti mantras, it is also said, Hridi hi ayam atma paritishta. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Satyam Param Dhimahi. The Vedic mantras say, Satyam Jnanam Anantam and Nishkalam Nishkriyam Santam Nirabhadyam. God is supreme, although naturally he does not do anything. He is doing everything, as the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avakta murtina mat sthani sarva bhutani na chaham tesu avastitah. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Reena ji.
Maya Jatsena Prakritah Suyuvate Sacharacharam Hetu Manena Kaunteya Jagad Vipari Vartate. This material nature working under my direction, O son of Kunti, is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Thus, although the Lord is silent in his abode, he is doing everything through his different energies. Parasya Saktir Vividhaiva Sruyate. All the Vedic mantras or Shruti mantras are included in this verse spoken by Lord Brahma. For Brahma and his followers, the Brahma Sampradaya understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the Parampara system. We have to gain understanding through the words of our predecessors. There are 12 Mahayanas or authorities, of whose Brahma is one. Swayambhur, Narada, Sambhu, Kamara, Pilo, Manu, Prahlado, Janako, Vishnu, Valir, Vayaskir Vayam, Bhagavad Gita 6.3.20. We belong to the disciplic succession of Brahma, and therefore we are known as the Brahma Sampradaya. As the demigods follow Lord Brahma to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we also have to follow the authorities of Parampara system to understand the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So this is a very important description here, right? Few things mentioned here. One is what we are hearing here is what has come from the Parampara system, right? Like this particular Bhagavad Gita which we are reading, like the shlok and the purport, right? It is in the disciplic succession of Lord Brahma himself, right? So ISKCON is like in the descendants of Lord Brahma Sampradaya. We know like there are 4 Sampradayas, right? So one is from Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Sanat Kumars, and Goddess Lakshmi. So from Parampara systems, you have to follow one of those Paramparas. That's where the real message is, the real scriptures, the translations, everything is given. A lot of people, other people, they give their philosophy and all those things is not necessarily true to those Parampara systems, is what is mentioned, because this is the knowledge which is the original knowledge. Number one. Number two, what is mentioned here, right, is that there are 12 Mahajans, right? Means they are the authorities of knowledge. They are the ones, basically, what is being mentioned, because it's so difficult for us to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Says that to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it's not very easy. Yeah, we should follow the authorities of the Parampara system. And who are the authorities of the Parampara system? There are 12 authorities which are given here. I think that's what we should remember. Yeah. So what is given? Shambhu. 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 Who is the Shambhu?
Is Manu.
Manu.
Yeah. So that's the difference, right? So Shambhu is Lord Brahma himself.
I see.
And your Manu is the Shambhu. Right? So Shambhu and Shambhu. Just a little different. Of course, Shambhu Manu is none other than son of Lord Brahma himself. Yeah. But Shambhu is Lord Brahma. Then whom do we have? Narad. Yeah. Shambhu Narad. Narad Muni we all know. Sambhu. Yeah. Shambhu is the, of course, Lord Shiva. Yeah. Kumar. Kumar are the 4 Kumars, right? You know, the Sanat Kumar. Sanat, Sanadhan, Sadanandan, Sanat Kumar. Right? Then Kapilo. And we read about Kapil Muni, if you remember about, right? Kapil Muni, Lord Vishnu appeared as Kapil Muni to Devhuti and Kardam Muni, if you remember. Then Manu. And Manu is referring to Shambhu Manu here. So that's Shambhu Manu. And Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlado, Janak Maharaj, Bhishma Pitama, Bali, yeah, and Veya Sakir is the Sukdev Goswami ji himself. What we are reading right now is the Srimad Bhagavatam, recited by Sukdev Goswami ji himself. Right? So he is mentioned as Veya Sakir, right? The son of Vedvyas ji. And Vayam is the Yam. Yeah, the Yamraj. So the Yam. So there are 12 Mahajans. Lord Brahma, Narad Muni, Lord Shiva, Sanat Kumars, Kapil Muni, Shambhu Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Bhishma Pitama, Balir, Sukdev Goswami ji, and Yam. Yeah, so we should try to understand that. And that's, yeah, so we should also follow the Parampara system, because that's where the original knowledge is coming through, is what is mentioned. Sachin?
Vipashchitam prana mano dhiyatmana dhiyatmanarthendriya bhasam nidra mavranam chaya tapo yatra na grudra paksha tamaksharam kham triyugam vrajamahe. The Supreme Personality of Godhead directly and indirectly knows how everything, including the living force, mind and intelligence, is working under his control. He is the illuminator of everything and has no ignorance. He does not have a material body subject to the reactions of previous activities, and he is free from the ignorance of partiality and materialistic education. I therefore take shelter of the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, who is eternal, all-pervading, and as great as the sky, who appears with 6 opulences in 3 yugas, Satya, Treta, and Dwapar. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So who is speaking right now? Sorry. Who is currently speaking? Who is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead? So Lord Brahma, right? So Lord Brahma with Devatas, yeah, to save the Devatas. Lord Brahma along with all the Devatas, Kshir Sagar जाते हैं, ocean of milk, श्वेत दीप, वहां पर भगवान विष्णु की प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं. तो वो ग्लोरिफिकेशन हम लोग अभी पढ़ रहे हैं, right? So beautiful glorification of Lord Vishnu by Lord Brahma ji, and he's saying he directly and indirectly knows how everything, including the living force, mind and intelligence, says here. Prana, man, dhiya. Yeah, that's pran, man and buddhi. Atmana, yeah, says vipakshitam, he knows everything. And here says how he abhasam, anidram, avarnam. Yeah, what does that mean? Like he is the eliminator of everything, knowledge, no ignorance. He does not have a material body subject to the reaction of the activities. Yeah, and he is free from the ignorance and materialistic education. So what is mentioned is, I therefore take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, who is eternal, all pervading. So tam aksharam kham. Yeah, aksharam is like sky, right? And all pervading, as great as the sky. Yeah. Tri yugam vrajamahe, who appears with 6 opulences in 3 yugas. Yeah, all 3 yugas, Sat Yug, Treta Yug, and Dwapar Yug, right? He appears. In Kali Yug, he comes as a, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in avatar of devotees, right? So he has, of course, 6 opulences, which are referring to knowledge, wealth, fame, strength, beauty, and renunciation. Those are the 6 opulences, yeah? And all of us have some part of it, those opulences, not complete, like some part of wealth, beauty, fame, knowledge, renunciation, right? But the God, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is as a complete, right? He has all the complete 6 opulences. He's totally complete with those, is what is mentioned here, right? I think let's read this purport, Anilji.
Yeah. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is described in this way. Janmayadi asya yato ina navayad ita pratas charothese abhigyana. The Lord is the origin of all emanations, and he directly and indirectly knows everything about all the activities within his creation. Therefore, the Lord is addressed here as Vipasitam, one who is full of all knowledge or who knows everything. The Lord is the Supreme Soul, and he knows everything about the living entities and their senses. The word anidram, meaning always awake and free from ignorance, is very important in this verse. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Matah smritir jnanam apohanam cha. It is the Lord who gives intelligence to everyone and who causes everyone to forget. There are millions and millions of living entities, and the Lord gives them directions. Therefore, he has no time to sleep, and he is never in ignorance of our activities. The Lord is the witness of everything. He sees what we are doing at every moment. The Lord is not covered by a body resulting from karma. Our bodies are formed as a result of our past deeds. Karmana Deva Netrena. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not have a material body, and therefore he has no avidya, ignorance. He does not sleep, he is always alert, and awake. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, see, this is how Lord Brahma is praising Lord Vishnu. Yeah, and I think we'll pause here since it's 27, or actually we can complete this. Let's complete this, Rinaji.
The Supreme Lord is described as Triyug because although he appeared variously in Satyug, Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga, when he appeared in Kali Yuga, he never declared himself the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna Varnam Tvisak Krishnam Snagopan Gastra Parsadam. The Lord appears in Kali Yuga as a devotee. Thus, although he is Krishna, he chants the Hare Krishna mantra like a devotee. Still, Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32 recommends Yagnai Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti hi Samedasaha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose complexion is not like that of Krishna but is golden. Tvisakarsham is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is accompanied by associates like Nityanand, Advaita, Gadadhar, and Srivasa. Those who are sufficiently intelligent worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by performing Sankirtan Yagya. In this incarnation, the Supreme Lord declares himself not to be the Supreme Lord, and therefore he is known as Triyuga. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So see how nicely the description is given and how nicely, Lord Brahmaji is praying to Lord Vishnu Vipakshitam. Yeah. Chaya Tapu. So we'll pause here now. And we'll continue reading these beautiful prayers. Actually, all the upcoming shlokas are how Lord Brahma is describing Lord Vishnu, right? And it's so blissful to read that. And in the previous one, we read about 12 Mahajans. Do you remember the name? Who are the 12 authorities? We read, right? We should listen and follow those 12 authorities. Who are those 12 authorities?
Brahma,
Lord Brahma,
Lord Brahma, Manu, Lord
Manu,
Shankar,
Lord Shankar, yeah,
Narad Muni,
Narad Muni,
Kapil Muni,
Kapil Muni,
Kapil Muni, Yama,
Yam,
Bhishma,
Bhishma,
hmm?
yeah.
Bhishma
Bhishma,
Pitama, yeah,
Janak,
Bali,
Bali,
Bali, yeah, Sanat Kumars, right? And yeah, and I actually have a picture I want to show you. The 12 Mahajans, right? So, yeah, okay. So Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Sukdev Goswamiji. Shouldn't forget Sukdev Goswamiji. That's what we are reading right now. Srimad Bhagavatam by Sukdev Goswamiji. Prahlad Maharaj. Yeah. Narad Muni, Raja Janak, 4 Kumar, Sanat Kumars, Kapil Muni, Shambhu Manu, Bhishma Pitama, Bali, and Yam. Yeah. So 12 authorities. Yeah. And since we are reading the Lord Brahmaji's glorification, I remember the Brahma Samhita. So I thought, we will hear like Brahma Samhita has some 20 shloks and all that. We'll hear like 3 to 4 minutes today, and then we'll continue hearing that. Yeah. So let's hear the Brahma Samhita. Just a second. Yeah. So we'll hear for 4 to 5 minutes, yeah? And then we'll continue.
Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha Lakshavriteshu Surabhir Abhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Samrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Tvanantamarvindadalayataaksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddhasundarangam Kandarpakotikamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandrakala Sarvanamalya Vanshi Ratnangadam Pranaya Keli Kalavilasam Shyamam Tribhangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimante Pashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujjvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Yeah, so you see how beautiful the Brahma Samhita prayers are. It's around 20 shloks. We'll continue hearing it tomorrow and then on Wednesday. And then we'll continue reading this Lord Brahmaji's glorification. In Kshira Sagar, right? All the devatas together, how they are glorifying Lord Vishnu. So very blissful. And Sachin, you are doing good?
Yes,
Nice
doing
to
good.
see you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow at 9:30. Yeah. And Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.